This is Jamey with Stonemaier Games, and today I'm going to talk about the cooperative, semi-party, more word game called Letter Jam. I don't have any visuals to add to this particular video because I played Letter Jam using kind of a rough online implementation of it. Letter Jam, I'll try to describe it as best as possible. It's better to probably watch a rules video with visuals, but I'll try to give it a rough idea of how to play. Basically, every player has a 5-letter word with the letters on cards that are face down and are kind of mixed up, so you don't know what the word actually is, even if you know what all the letters are. But you don't know what the letters are, and throughout the game you are trying to use the information you do have, which is the current letter left to right of all the other players that they are trying to work on. Because in Letter Jam, you can see that letter for all other players, but you can't see your own current letter. So I may look around the table and see that there's an R, an O, a P, and an E, and I have a hidden letter. And the way that I can give a clue to the other players, and anyone can chime in with a clue, is to use those letters that are visible to you, as well as one wild letter that you can use multiple times. And you can use any of those letters multiple times to present a clue to everyone at the table. With that clue containing as many letters as possible from what you can see. I can't remember if I don't think this exactly lines up, but I could say the word rope, R-O-P-E. And as part of that communication, I am showing each player which letter, which position they are in that word. So even though the player to my left, say, has that R, and they don't know what that letter is, I am putting together that word. This is where you actually need to see a visual of this game. You're kind of putting together that word for everyone to see. They still don't know their own letter in that word that you are showing, but they know, so that player might see O-P-E, and they have to figure out, okay, what is a word that has O-P-E, what is that first letter, because that is their letter that they're trying to figure out. Terrible description there. Hopefully you can watch a video to get a better impression of it. But there are two things that I really like about it. One is that I love limited information co-ops, opposed to cooperative games. And I do like cooperative games where you're just fighting against the game. The game is trying to defeat you, essentially. Those are fine too. But I really found myself enjoying limited information co-ops, whether they're light, like Just One or Letter Jam, or a little bit heavier, like Hanabi. And Hanabi itself is still a pretty light game. There are some heavier ones. But I really like that. I like the limited information, that the key information that you have is everyone else's information. You don't have that own information about yourself. I really like that. The other part that I really like about Letter Jam, because it's a letter game. Not everyone's good at letter games. I am not good at letter and word games. Everyone is required to give a clue. And so I think in typical games like this, I might just take a back seat and let everyone else give clues because everyone else might be better than that at me. But in Letter Jam, everyone must give a clue. You cannot win the game if everyone has not given a clue. And so, even if you're not good at giving clues, at some point in the game, you have to contribute in some way, and it could be a fairly weak contribution. That's fine if you just give like a 3-letter word, a 4-letter word, or even a shorter word if you want, a 2-letter word. But I really like that the game is saying, hey, you have to contribute, and the game is kind of giving you permission to contribute, even if it's in a weak way. I didn't feel that it was put too much pressure on me to do so. I kind of just like that there was, because otherwise I think this is where an alpha player could come in and just give all the clues for the whole game. They couldn't completely do that because they would miss out on any information about their own letter, which is the other part of it while this game does avoid alpha player syndrome. But I really like that everyone must give a clue and you don't have that information. So you really need to balance who is giving clues throughout the game. Those are my favorite mechanisms about Letter Jam. I'll keep this video short so you can go watch a video about it if you want to know more about it. Cooperative word game with limited information. Really, really enjoyed it. Letter Jam. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below if you've played it, or if you can think of another game like this with limited information that you really enjoyed and why you enjoyed that. Thanks.